Hey friends, welcome to or welcome back to the channel. I'm Kristen, and today you're going to see me make a set of nails that feels very extraterrestrial, very alien-y. And on top of that, I'm going to do a top 10 of my personal favorite alien-themed movies, so if that sounds like a good time, be sure to stick around. This is like my third time trying to do this voiceover. Initially, this was just going to be a tutorial, but I felt like I just didn't have enough to say, and I really like having something else to talk about while you watch me do my nails. So I came up with this idea late last night that, why not do a top 10 alien movies? And I don't know, it'll probably help pass the time. And I do really want to blend nails and movies in any way that I can. So I would appreciate any feedback and let me know if you enjoy it. If you have any questions about what I'm doing or what I'm using, please ask me in the comments section. And most of these products are going to be listed in the description as well. Okay, let's kick things off with number 10 on my list, which is Signs from 2002. I'm just going to throw it out there that I do like M. Night Shyamalan and most of his movies, but yeah, Signs was a pretty big deal when it came out. I just watched it last summer and it came across way more sad than I remembered it being, and I didn't actually love it as much as I thought I did or as I used to. So maybe at a different time in my life, this would have been higher on the list, but for now, it's staying at number 10. My number 9 is going to be Starship Troopers from 1997. It's been many years since I've rewatched this one, but anytime I watch it, I always really enjoy it. I'm always like, wow, this movie's so much better than I remember. And it's a social commentary, satire, sci-fi thriller, lots of great actors in it. So if you can find it somewhere, highly recommend. Back to the nails for a moment. I've been really enjoying this 5-in-1 top coat from Born Pretty. And if you haven't watched my more recent video where I did like a first impressions on a bunch of their products, please check it out. I didn't like everything, but I'm definitely excited to explore more from that brand. Also, this is a freestyle set. I didn't have a plan. I'm going one nail at a time, just kind of exploring that chrome effect and different textures, trying to make it look maybe futuristic, unearthly, alien-y. I mean, you get it. Okay, we're moving right along to number 8, which I've selected as John Carpenter's The Thing from 1982. In general, I don't really love this director's movies. I find him to be quite boring, but The Thing has grown on me over time. Every time I watch it now as an adult, I really appreciate it for what it is. I think that it's amazing at building tension, and the special effects are great. Like, you can't deny that all those practical effects are amazing. For my number 7, there's actually a tie. It's tied between The Blob from 1988 and The Stuff from 1985. The Blob would probably be pretty good inspiration for a nail set now that I'm thinking about it. And on the screen, I'm blobbing some gel around. But yeah, both of these movies are super entertaining, really fun to watch. The Blob is basically a perfect movie. It hits every beat that it needs to, like it's structured so well. And yeah, if you haven't seen specifically the 88 version of The Blob, because there's a couple, there's a couple of them. But yeah, that one is so good. And The Stuff is kind of a newer watch for me. I saw it I think last year for the first time, and I was like, wow, I should have seen this way sooner. It's really interesting and fun. So yeah. Let's pivot back to the nails because I just put a base coat down because I'm going to put a blob of polygel down. I've got blob on the brain. I thought it would look kind of cool, like maybe like an uncut gem kind of thing. So, yeah, I've never tried anything like this before, and it was a pretty cool effect. I like it. I hope y'all are having a good time so far. I'm glad I made this list because it is helping me, kind of find things to talk about while we're going through the nail stuff. And yeah, anyway, let's move along. So I think we're at number 6. So for my number 6 pick, I chose Venom from 2018. This movie is just pure entertainment value for me. Objectively, Venom's not going to win any awards. It's not better than The Thing, but it's just so fun to watch. And while I was making this list, I was thinking about, what movies I enjoy rewatching, like how they make me feel and stuff. So, yeah, I fucking love Venom. It's such a good movie. In like a comic book entertainment kind of adventure movie. I do like comic book movies, although they're pretty tired for me at this point. Damn, we're halfway through this list, and I'm not even halfway through the video, so let's chat about the nails for a minute. I have never used this glitter before. This was the first time I used it. I've had it for a while, but isn't the color so pretty? Like I said before, I had no plan. Like, I don't really know what I'm going for with that middle nail. I'm just doing things. And for this, I'm just like smearing some cat's eye gel over it. Like, I don't really care. I'm like putting it on top of the polygel and everything. I'm just trying to get like so much dimension. I want these all to have a lot of dimension to them, to be on theme. The black polish that I've been using throughout the video, it's my favorite black from Tickled Pinque. I do have a code with them. I'll put it on the screen, so if you're shopping in either the US or Canada, you can save some money. They're a good brand. I love this black polish. I really need to get another one because it's almost out. I use it all the time. Oh, and the chrome I'm using, I specifically picked the one that has the green flip when the light hits it because, green, aliens, we're on theme. Okay, let's see what movies made it into my personal top 5. Starting with number 5. I put The Faculty from 1998. The Faculty is like a teen sci-fi thriller. It's so cool. It's like a really cool movie. It looks cool. All the actors were really cool at the time. Josh Hartnett, okay. It's so good. Have y'all seen The Faculty? Do you also love it? Everything in the top 5 has a lot of rewatchability for me. So all these movies that are going to be this one and coming up, I've seen many, many times. I feel like my pick for number 4 is not a very well-known movie. Has anyone ever seen Dark Skies from 2013? It's really good. I'm sorry, I'm gonna say they're all really good, obviously. But that one really like scares me. Like it makes me feel like real terror. Like if you were actually going to come in contact with some sort of really scary alien species. Yeah, that movie scares the shit out of me. And I feel like it's hard for me to get like really scared, but like the most random things will terrify me. Because this movie doesn't have like great ratings. I really don't hear people talk about it very much, but I'm a huge fan of Dark Skies. Side note before we move on to the top three, I really love how this nail turned out in the end. The texture over top, making it look like, I don't know, industrial in a way. Oh, actually, we're going to take a little break before I do the top three because something happens with this nail that I wanted to tell you about. So I'm going to go through that first. Even watching this footage back, I don't think I did too thick of a layer of that polish, but look, when it came out of the lamp, it was all wrinkled. And I was like, oh fuck, this nail is ruined. Look at all that wrinkling. I must have applied the polish too thick. But then I was kind of like, wait, it looks like a weird organic texture. Let's use it for the design. So I'm taking some of that green flip chrome and rubbing it in to actually accentuate that wrinkled texture. I was just like so proud of myself for like doing this and like working with it because this one ended up being one of my favorite nails because I really liked how interesting the texture ended up looking. I'm going to add a cat's eye effect, but I'm being careful not to cover up any of that texture that I like. And since we're already talking about wrinkly organic textures, it's the perfect segue to my number three, which is 1982's E.T. the Extraterrestrial. This is a Steven Spielberg family movie, but I fucking love this so much. And it's kind of funny because when I was a kid, I saw it when I think I was too young, and it scared me a lot. Like a lot, a lot. I was traumed as a kid because I would have nightmares about ET. One of my cousins would like kind of shuffle after me pretending she was ET, and I'd like scream. And yeah, like he haunted me, okay, as a youth. For a family movie, there's this one scene where they first find ET that just like scared me so much. But anyway, so me and ET, we already had this history. He scared me as a kid. And then I rewatched it as a teenager and I loved it. I thought it was such an amazing, magical, just wonderful movie. It's like breathtaking and heartwarming and I don't know. It's so good, right? I feel like we've all seen it. When I was a teen, I even had like an ET stuffed doll and his like neck would go up and down with this like spring thing. Oh, it was so good. I wish I still had it to be really honest. But yeah, and I had like an original VHS of that movie. It got lost in a move sadly, and I'll like never really get over it because I cherished that VHS. It had a very VHS smell to it. Anyway, ET just reeks of nostalgia, you know? And now as an adult, I've got ET on a couple of shirts, two shirts, and one hoodie. So I'm a stan. I'm a big ET stan. It's probably only a matter of time before I do an ET themed set on my channel. It's bound to happen at some point because I always do the movies that I love the most. And there's just so much cool imagery I think that I can use. It would be kind of funny if I just did like brown wrinkly nails, but I know I'm not going to do that. Moving right along, my number two pick for my favorite alien movie is Annihilation from 2018. This is probably the most sci-fi movie on this list, and usually I don't love sci-fi movies that much unless they're also horror, but this one is just so beautiful and I guess it is horrific as well, but there's this crazy amount of imagery of like animals and nature combining, and yeah, I think that that would be really amazing inspiration for a set as well. And then it has this batshit crazy ending, and I don't even understand it. I'm not even going to pretend that I understand the ending of that movie, but there's something about the visuals and the sound that just like hypnotize me and make me feel a way I hadn't really felt before in a movie. I don't know, it's really strange. So, like, I love that movie because of how strange and weird it makes me feel at the end, and also all the beautiful imagery throughout. And we made it to number one. Do any of you have any thoughts about what it might be? Probably not. We don't know each other that well. Anyway, my number one pick is Nope from 2022. I can't help it. I'm obsessed with this movie. I've been trying to figure out how to make a nail set based on it for a long time, for over a year now, but nothing has really come to me in terms of what I should do. But yeah, I am obsessed with this movie. It feels a lot like a Steven Spielberg movie. A lot. It had to have been an influence for the director. I watched it recently, probably for like the fourth time, and it's kind of breathtaking at the end. Like, not only is it like layered with lots of nuance and meaning and really great acting and absolutely fucking incredible visuals, like, that dude knows how to make a movie look good. But yeah, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, but it has this amazing sense of the unknown, which reminded me a lot of like E.T., Close Encounters of the Third Kind. It's kind of on this very epic, grand scale. And yeah, it takes my breath away when I watch that movie. And it's also incredibly entertaining visually, sound wise, acting wise. It's a 10 out of 10. Well, maybe a 9.5 out of 10. It's a near perfect movie. All of that in my humble but not so humble opinion. So yeah, that was it. That was my top 10 extraterrestrial or alien themed movies. Really curious to know what y'all think. If you have any thoughts about the movies I talked about today, or if you want to throw me like your top 3 in the comments section, maybe I'll find some films that I haven't seen before. Throw me some recommendations. So yeah, this was another kind of different video. It's the first time I've ever done like a ranking scale on top of doing nails. So, all right, I'm gonna plunk this in my brain for maybe a future idea, depending on what y'all think of it. And, I appreciate you for sticking around and watching my videos, even though you never really know what you're gonna get. Let's wrap things up by chatting a few things about the nails. I really wanted to tell y'all that I was initially using the Tobeglam top coat, and then I randomly used my Tickled Pinque one on one of the other fingers, and the difference between the shine was so noticeable that I went back and added my Tickled Pinque top coat to all of the nails, even though they had already been top coated, because apparently the Tickled Pinque top coat is just superior to the Tobeglam one. Facts. Okay, here we are, all done. Not applied yet, but I wanted to show you. I added a piercing, like I tried to pierce the nails straight through. It looks okay. I'm not sure how I feel about it, but wanted to try it. And then I just added another one of these kind of celestial stars to the thumb. I'm just applying these with some sticky tabs today. Damn, these look really cool, right? I think they look really cool, very spacey, alien-y, extraterrestrial vibes for sure. I could definitely see myself wearing a set like this. But please let me know your thoughts as well, because they mean a lot to me. And I hope that you had a fun time with this video. And, like, subscribe, share, do all that shit before you leave. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.